Now we're going to combine all of the tools and techniques that we've used thus far and create a finished piece. And we're using 3 different objects with cylinders, spheres, and simple shapes. And remember, we want to start off, actually the best thing to start off with is the overall shape, kind of the widest, lowest points and the highest. Then we're going to start, so it's probably something like this. And you want to think of it as like a tightly wound rubber band. You don't have to go into the crevices. You're just kind of finding the biggest shape. Then we're going to start with simple. I'm going to start with these spheres. Whoops, that's really big. And I see in here, this needs to be a little bit smaller and lower. This definitely needs to be a little bit smaller. And kind of a shape in here. Now notice how it's very sketchy. I am not worried right now. I don't want to get too much detail into anything because I want to cycle through. Again, next I'm going to be relating my points, and I want everything to be in the right place before I actually start with the details. So now that I have kind of a rough guesstimate of where everything is, I'm going to go ahead and start relating some of my points. So I'm going to see, I'm going to put a little bit more detail in here and use the line of symmetry. And I see kind of an oval in this area. Okay, now I'm going to start relating some of my points. Where does the pear hit here? And it needs to come up a little bit higher. My pear needs to hit kind of that little bump in the pepper grinder. Where is the bottom of the pear compared to the apple? That's about right. The apple comes down here. The apple should be the lowest form. Where's the apple compared to the pepper grinder? Oops, it needs to actually come up a little bit here. It's a little closer. So I'm kind of checking and fixing everything before going any further. Where is the side of the pepper grinder compared to the pear? That's about right. Here. And now I feel like everything's in approximately the right place. At this point, I'm just going to make sure everything is in the exact right place that I want it to be and start fine-tuning, getting all the little details, picking the lines that I want to represent the object, making sure everything is in the right kind of direction, and really going through, checking, like this is a little bit wide here. I might just have it come in a little bit more narrow. And again, over here. Working my way through, checking my work. It's very, very important to always check your work. And again, relate points throughout. You can start erasing any lines that you don't need, kind of the overall shape line. You don't need that anymore. The lines that you chose not to use, go ahead and get rid of those. Be careful when erasing too. You don't want to smudge. I'm working with charcoal, and if you kind of wipe away these eraser marks, I don't love, you can smudge the pencil a little bit. So just be careful. Might want to blow it or even shake the paper a little bit. Get rid of those eraser marks. Gum erasers work a little bit better for that. And start to define your lines. At this point, when you have everything where you want it to be, you can start to darken a few lines to add a little bit of depth to your drawing, you can kind of shade in some of the shadowed areas, again, to create a little bit of depth in your drawing. I forgot this little there. Any details that you hadn't added. I'm going to make this a little bit rounder up here. But like I said, fine tune, get all the details, anything you might have missed, define any lines. And there you go. You have a still life sketch.